have 9 days until the live launch of my podcast, the Black Law Girl Rant. And it is a YouTube show and podcast. And so you can go to YouTube and follow, subscribe at Black Law Girl, BLACKLAWGIRL. Go follow along as I kind of disrupt into this space. And you know, the reason I'm doing so is because I don't feel like anything is comprehensive enough. Addressing all of the issues that actually plague, right, majority minorities here in America and in other countries. We don't talk about, you know, I can go find one that's solely about certain things, and that's fine, you know, but all three, you know, big, huge areas that affect all minorities, but especially Black people. All three, the criminal justice area, right? And some people may be like, well, that doesn't affect me, blah, 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 blah. What you mean? How does that not affect you? When, right? People who look just like you, I got the same skin color, are 6 times more incarcerated. You know, the police don't know that you just because you're you know, doesn't mean that you're not gonna ever come through and get into this system. And you know, I'm the best person to talk about this because I'm a criminal defense lawyer, and I practiced for the last 11 years till I started my new business. And I often got the people who had never been in trouble before. Often. Oh, I've never had this happen before. I don't know what to do. I didn't know what to say. I couldn't believe it. I was so scared. I just did. If you were taught criminal justice literacy the way you should have been taught, that would not happen. And so because Black people in general, I don't care where you're from, if you come to America and you have Black skin, right, you have a higher likelihood of going to jail, even if it's an accident. It doesn't matter what the hell it is, right? But America's history shows that, especially by the people that are making up the prison system, right? And so sometimes we'll be like, oh my God, well, they did something, they had to do something. And then it's only when we see like a innocence project thing come up, or somebody who's been exonerated, and the reason they were exonerated is because there was just no way they could have done it in the blood, blah blah blah, and it's concrete proof they didn't do it. Then we're like, oh my God, that happens. Okay, well, it just happens a little bit because they're only showing so many of them. What? No, it's not the thought process you have. The criminal justice system is complex. But if we just look at the history of how people have been, you know, fought cases, how they have been put on trial, and the evidence that they were able to use, or, you know, the experts they were able to use, we're limited by innovation. You know, we're limited by the times. So nowadays, you can take one bullet, pop it in somewhere to a little, they'll take it, register it, look it through it, and make and see, and can connect the dots and say, oh, this gun shot that bullet, blah blah blah. Now, couldn't always do that, right? Same thing with utilizing evidence and just think a new. What frustrates me is that people don't understand that the state is always using the worst technology. They're always using the old school stuff. So even if it is a whole lot of new stuff going on, sometimes, they're not new to it, or even if they send someone and that someone is new and learning it, then they come back and all of a sudden they're a damn expert and they're getting on the stand saying A, B, C, D, E, F, G, even though they barely know what the hell they talking about. But guess what? A jury heard that. Now this person convicted, but then when some science come out later on, and it's like, oh, okay, we were wrong. Well, shit, I done 20 years now, so what? And then people are like, oh yeah, man, oh my God, I can't believe that happened. It happens all the time. It's just the mindset you need to have. And if you honestly had that innocent until proven guilty mindset, you wouldn't have an issue with thinking that way, But the point being, criminal justice literacy is something that all Black people must know. You don't have the luxury of not knowing, because the chances are so likely that you're going to come into contact with that system. And even if not you, guess who will? Your children will. Because, baby, 18 to 25, woo, child. Even before then, right? When they're in high school, their brains are underdeveloped. We're in a place where our children get eaten for breakfast, lunch, and dinner in this criminal justice system. All do because their brain ain't done developing. They do stupid shit, right? But they don't get the benefit of the doubt like their white counterparts, right? 60% majority of white counterparts ain't going to jail like that. They got the Black people going to jail like that 6 times more than them. So it's our children being funneled into these prison systems, and then being forgot about while they're in there. District attorneys ain't doing what they supposed to be doing, dragging their feet on the case, violating people's rights. You know what I mean? You don't know what I mean is the problem. So the Black Law Girl Rant. We deal with the big 3 that the Black community is undereducated in. Black Americans are the ones who are 6 times more incarcerated by it because of not knowing this certain information. So, criminal justice literacy, civics, we know how to participate, right? I don't know what to participate in. All those skills, all that stuff you've been doing, you've been working hard, all this stuff, you could easily come out, create a framework, consult if you felt like it. And what if you wanted to consult with get some contracts with the city? What if you wanted to work with some of the youth here, or what you want to work with some of the school? Whatever the hell you want to do, right? You're a citizen, you have a right to these things, but we're not leveraging it because we don't know about it. We ain't been taught. And that was intentional, right? Keep you ignorant. That way they'll just send somebody to your church to come in, do a little 2-step for you, and you'll be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna vote for them because they're Black. Girl, never knowing they the worst damn thing since the KKK. I'm just being real. So it's just like, you got to think about things like that. People often just man, we leave the civics portion, we leave politics to, we're like, we're political and getting all that. It affects, everything is political. It affects every area of your damn life. You just choosing not to see it, right? Where you staying? Oh, I'm gonna go move out here to this place. You know what I mean? Because they don't have this over there. Well, why aren't you, right? On their ass. Why aren't you, getting with your friends and making it known that, hey, no, this is unacceptable, sending a letter, whatever you need to do. Staying involved, and it is the majority that has always done that, right? That's what they know to do, right? And so, boom, we can't have a podcast. We can't enrich and nourish and build wealth and all that, break generational curses, heal from generational trauma, while building generational wealth. Wow. We're not even participating in money generating areas, or different ways that we can actually be a part of this process. I don't mean being involved in politics don't mean just donating a couple of damn dollars, or it doesn't mean just being that person who gets in office. No, baby, it's accountability. It's demanding certain things, right? Case in point, the Southern Movement Committee did a campaign and for a youth varsity spending plan where they demanded, organized the community, saw what the community wanted, and then went and demanded that money to be able to enrich the youth of Nashville's life. But in order to be able to do that, so they go and now they have it, and they're able to create the initiatives. They're able to actually create programs and do something that proactively addresses systemic issues such as mass incarceration, the school to prison pipeline, right? How do we end that? Proactively. Right? So this is a good initiative, and they did it by utilizing, organizing the community, coming around, right, seeing what people wanted, and then taking and going and speaking up and doing these different things. But even if you weren't able to go speak, or you weren't able to do certain things, there are different ways that you're able to participate in this process. And sometimes we don't, because we don't know, and then we're ashamed that we don't know, and then because we're ashamed, we just decide to stay out of it totally. But let me just tell you this. That's why I created the Black Law Girl Rant, because you don't need to be ashamed. We be sitting around being ashamed about shit that don't make no sense. Like, oh, I'm ashamed. I didn't know this. I'm not sure. Were you taught it? No. Did you learn it in school, in that public school, or wherever the hell you went to? Did they teach you that? Oh, no. They did not. If you did get something, it was like a very bare, basic, not deep enough to actually resonate with the fact that your ass is the 6 times more incarcerated, and that you really need to be listening to this, because baby, you more than likely to come into contact with this, honey. So you better open them ears and listen to some strategic strategies around this. Save yourself. Right? So yeah. And then financial literacy. Oh my God. I think the majority of us agree on that. You know, we ain't learn a damn thing except how to go be a worker, and teach me how to make my money work for me. You didn't teach me how to negotiate higher pay. You didn't teach me how to value my strengths. You didn't teach me how to leverage them and use them to build more wealth. You didn't teach me any of that. You didn't teach me how to multiply that money. You didn't teach me how to multiply that money. And so, yeah, the Black Law Girl Rant is the podcast that brings all three of those worlds together, because they are all connected, and they all lead to systemic harm for what I call the DAM community. And y'all know DAM stands for disproportionately affected, marginalized minority, right? The DAM community. And the most damn of them all, the most disproportionately affected, are Black Americans, right? And when other Black people migrate here and live or come for, you know, whatever reason, or come to chill for a little bit, what have you, your Black skin could get your Black ass in the very same predicaments we are. So you need to know this too if you're coming. Anywho, tune in, y'all. I want y'all to go subscribe. And if you know somebody, like, this is, you know, this podcast is not for everybody. It's for people who are actually in a place in their lives where they care about this type of shit, where they care about knowing these types of things, where they care about, oh yeah, you know, I want to, first of all, unapologetically, you know, learn how to make more money, you know, make my money work for me. You know, I want to unapologetically, you know, participate in this civic process, and I don't give a damn, you know what I mean, that I haven't done it before. I don't care that I'm new to this area. I don't care. I don't care. Baby, I pay taxes. So This is for people who are trying to grow themselves, right? Like, we're going to deal with deeper issues. We're going to deal with like really, homeschooling while black, right? Having your children in these harmful ass school systems, right? We're going to deal with popular and unpopular opinions, right? We're going to deal with a lot of different things, but all of it's going to be to strengthen and grow, right? Strengthen and grow us where we are in our lives at this point in time. Making money is a non-negotiable. Like, it's period. Like, yes, it's capitalistic society, blah, 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 but I don't give a damn. You're not above that, baby, because you got to pay to live, right? You're paying, 2 and 3 times your rent or mortgage, or you can't get a house, or you can't do this, and then you going to work all of this damn time so that way you can go and do this, and, your light bills due, your car, all of these things just for you to be able to live. Your lights are going to get turned off if you don't take your ass in there and go to work as hard as you can. And so it's just, you need money to live. And your life should not just focus around working to live. That's abnormal. It is slavery, right? Repackaged. Black people, y'all make this much money. Whoop. It's like less than 10% of what the majority makes in America. And we work hard as hell. Baby, overworked, underpaid, and ain't trying to get more, right? We don't even believe that we can get more. We don't even try or attempt, because guess what? Our minds have been so... Anywho, we're going to deal with all that. We're going to deal with all that. We're going to deal with all that. We're going to deal with all them, we're going to attack these different things. We're going to learn a lot. And we're going to grow a lot. You know what I mean? It's going to be some great entertainment as well. I'm going to be bringing a lot of different people to you, but at the core, I'm a party and a purpose person. Like, we can entertain and we can learn, right? Intellectually entertain me. Give me something that don't bring me no bullshit. I'm a woman of substance, right? I don't want to just deal with bullshit all day. I want to actually deal with stuff that's actually going to be growing and making a difference, right? And so, if that feels like you, that feels like something that you are locked in with, something that you would like to listen to, or somebody forward over this, tag them, tell them to subscribe. And then if you want to potentially be interviewed, tap in. You can go to my link tree and let me know, so we can introduce the community to multiple things that we have been lacking, right? But no more. We're done with that lack. We ain't in a season of lack, okay? We're in a season of abundance. We're going hard, right? We're going hard for ourselves. All right, y'all. Bye.